Welcome back to Spirit of the Outdoors, another episode of Just in Time. We're going to film today due to the rain back here on the back porch. And I pulled out one of my old large print Bibles. So I really won't have to have my glasses, but since I already got them, we're going to use them. I want to read you some scriptures out of Judges, chapter 20. And I'm going to read verse 21 and 22. It says, "And the children of Benjamin came forth out of Gibeah, and destroyed down to the ground of the Israelites that day 22,000 men. And the people, the men of Israel, encouraged themselves and set their battle again in array, and the place where they put themselves in array the first day." I wanted to talk to you a little bit about encouraging yourself. There was a scripture where it said David encouraged himself. There's times in life when you're weary, when ain't nothing went right, when the struggles are seemingly overwhelming, when life is overwhelming, there's a lot going on, you're trying to do the best you can, don't seem like anything's going right. Maybe you don't understand what you need to do. Maybe you just, it just feels like the world is against you. And we all get there at times. I have been there in the past. I know back a year or so ago, the early part of this past year and the year before, I struggled greatly with a lot of things. I had stuff that just didn't seem to want to go right. I had stuff that I was trying to do and I couldn't make it happen. And I know a lot of my gardening just wasn't producing. I hunted and I couldn't kill nothing. And I'd go fishing and the fish wouldn't bite. It just seemed like everything I was trying to do. My finances, I would be trying to make money and I just barely was getting by at everything. And it gets frustrating. And the more that stuff stacks up against you, the more you start getting depressed, discouraged. You start thinking, well, I just can't do this. I'm just not no good. I'm just can't. And that is one of the enemy's best tactics. He'll lie to you and tell you you can't, that you can't never do no better. You just ain't no good. Everybody else is better than you are. Everybody else is doing better than you, and everybody else is stronger, and everybody else is smarter, and everybody else is getting this and getting that, and you just being took advantage of. And you'll start believing that if you listen to it. There's times when there's nobody else around you to help you. You feel alone. You feel like this is me. And in reality, we don't want to admit it, but that's a good place to be. Because when you by yourself and you fighting a battle by yourself, you learn who you are and what you're capable of. But where a lot of people fail is when that depression sets in, they just accept it. They just get the mully grubs, we call it. You know, well, I can't. But in this scripture, we find that the Israelites, it says the men, they encouraged themselves. I could have looked it up. I didn't. I don't even know what scripture it's in, but David said he encouraged himself. Sometimes you just got to encourage yourself. It's scriptural. It's biblical. So you know what? I'm as good as anybody else. I'm as good as everybody else. I can do anything anybody else can do. It's going to be all right. God's got this. Because when you understand that God is on your side, that He is fighting for you, that He wants you to succeed, that He wants you to be blessed, sometimes you must know that God has allowed you to get to a place that you're struggling. Get to a place that you're losing things. Because He might be trying to teach you a lesson. He's trying to get you to depend on Him, to know that He is your strength, to realize that on your own you can't do a whole lot. But I can encourage myself in the fact that God's got this. God's going to help me because, Lord, you know what? God, I can't do nothing without you. God, I'm not able. On my own, I'm nothing. And I pray this. I pray this regularly. God, I can't do it. God, I don't have the ability. I don't have the mental capacity to do the things that I am trying to do. I need you to help me. God, I'm not smart enough on my own. I need you to speak through me. I need you to give me wisdom. And when I start trusting in Him, I find things start falling together. And that's why when I get down, I can say, you know what? It's going to be all right. It's going to get better. I may be down. I may be at the bottom, but they ain't nowhere to go but up from here. You got to develop that mentality of don't quit attitude, that I ain't giving up for nothing. I think back sometimes to the old cartoon picture of the frog. It's got his hands around the crane's throat, and the crane's trying to swallow him, and it says, don't never give up. That's the mentality that I try to have. Because you can succeed not because you're good at everything, but because I ain't going to quit. Because I'm not going to back down. I'm not going to quit. Not giving up. No, sir. That's what you got to do. Encourage yourself. So you know what? I got this. God's going to help me. I'm going to be all right. I may not be where I want to be. Things may not have went like I expected. Things may not be like I would like for them to be, but it's going to get better. I'm going to be all right. I've got the King of Kings on my side. I've got the creator of everything I know on my side, because as long as I'm submitted to Him and I'm humble before Him and I'm letting Him know, God, I got to have you and I can't do it on my own. I'm dependent on you. I'm putting myself in your care. God's going to see you through. God's not going to let you perish. God's not going to let you be devoured. Now, when you walk out on your own and you push God to the side and say, God, I'm not going to listen to you no more, I'm going to do my own thing, then you may have a problem there. But if you'll trust God and you'll walk with God and you'll say, God, I want you to lead me. God, I'm praying for you to direct my path, that you to guide me, you to put me where you want me and lead me. God will do that. And you can encourage yourself knowing that God's going to see me through this. Hard times may be here right now. Weeping may endure through the night, but joy is coming in the morning. It's going to be all right. And I wanted to take this little amount of time to preach some faith into somebody. Somebody that's maybe the holidays has stressed you out. Maybe things, your holiday didn't go like it should have been. Maybe there's been some hardships that's come about. Maybe you've suffered some loss. Maybe there's some people that's passed away that's not here with you anymore this year. And things can be tough this time of year for some people. My heart goes out to those that have lost loved ones at the Christmas holidays, or lost loved ones this past year, and this is the first set of holidays without that somebody that you've spent years and years and years with. It's tough, I know. I hadn't been there, I hadn't experienced it, but I can only imagine that it's a miserable thing. And it can be depressing, and it can get the better of you. But know this, they can't take God away. Jesus Christ will never die again. When he's a part of your life and he's the main focal point, he can't be taken away. He's what I got my trust in. All these people around me that I love, something happen to them. I have to expect that. I have to accept that. I don't have to like that. But it is a reality. We're not exempt from pain and suffering. But when I get into those places, and I'm this time of year, and I feel that pain, and I feel that hurt, and I'm stressed beyond the max, and maybe my dollars didn't go as far as I'd hoped they would, and life ain't been what I would like for it to be, I can encourage myself and know that, you know what? God's going to help me. God's going to see me through. God's going to take care of me because I'm his. Because I give my life to him. Because I said, Lord, everything that I am, I give to you. And I want you to use me. I want you to bless me, but I want you to take care of me. And even Paul wrote, and I've mentioned it before, he said, to die is gain. Lord, if you threw with me here and you want to take my life, for me to die and leave this world is for me to come live in paradise with you, because I have made my heart ready. I have tried to place myself, Lord, under your blood and let you cleanse me and let you wash me and let you purge me and purify me. I have been obedient to your word, been baptized in your name, filled with your spirit. And to die is to come be with you. And I'm ready for that. But Lord, if you're not through with me, I need you to take care of me until the job's done. Until my time is up here. God, I need you to help me because I got a lot to do. And God will do that. God will help you. God will take care of you. Encourage yourself. Sometimes you've got to sit down by yourself and talk to yourself and say, you know what? We got to rethink this. We got to start over. We got to change our approach. But it's going to be all right. It's going to be okay. There's times that I have gotten very frustrated. But as I look back now, I can see where I made it through. And to look back in life at the path I've walked behind me, there's been some hard roads. There's been some mistakes made. I still make mistakes. I still have parts of me I have to work on. I still get frustrated. I still get overwhelmed. There's times that I get overloaded with things. And I stop, need some quiet time, need to throw everything down and just push everybody to the side and say, okay, God, it's me and you. I need to recharge, and I need to pick myself up. I need to lace my shoes up tight. I know I'm in a battle. I know I'm in a struggle. And all the way to get out is to keep going forward and trust in you. And I know, Lord, that you're going to take care of me because I look back at every time you have seen me through every battle. Every time I've been in a hard place, I've gotten through it. And knowing that and looking back at that, I know, God, you're going to take care of tomorrow. You'll see me through. As long as I do what's right and I'm obedient to your word, I know you're going to see me through. So I wanted to take this little bit of time to encourage some of you. Tell you to encourage yourself. Chin up. It's going to be all right. Weeping may endure through the night. May be in a rough patch. May be tough right now for some folks, but it's going to get better. I can't say how. I don't always understand what tomorrow holds. I can't never see how God's going to work it out, but He has His way. He's always got a way of escape. I just have to pray, God, open my eyes that I can see what you're trying to show me. Lead me. Shine your light on my path and let your word speak to me. Lead me. And God will do that. Because in this book, hold all the answers. In this book, everything is there that you need. Get in it. Read it. And then pray, God, open my heart and my understanding. And you speak to me through this, Lord. That I know what you're trying to tell me. God will take care of you. I love y'all. Praying for you. Remember, if you'll do a little better today than you did yesterday, tomorrow will be a better day. God bless y'all. We'll see you next time.